Tree of Life, the moment when heaven and earth meet. Oh, look at that background, dude. A dull sound tears through the air, and a blazing fireball blooms in the night. A jeep racing down a narrow road is struck dead on by a precision-guided rocket. The shockwave throws out a ring of heat, shattering all the nearby windows.
誰だ? 勝手に撃ったのは市街地の武装使用制限は検達されたはずだ。目標に傷一つでもついたら逃さない方が肝心だ。待て、車の中は空。
Just then, a string of precise gunshots cuts off the security team's transmission. Alva and Voimastina appear simultaneously from cover 3 blocks away. They are covered in light dust and scorch marks, yet their combat efficiency remains completely unaffected. Their perfectly coordinated crossfire suppresses the entire pursuit squad. The private armed security forces bearing the Gerard Group insignia clearly did not anticipate this. Task Force Defh has not only evaded encirclement, but has already completed a counter-maneuver, turning from prey into ambushers.
移動を続けて監視システムに捕捉されたから、あと7分もすれば次の重装部隊に包囲される。
プラン B に移行するか。
うん。とにかく混乱を起こすように。 終わったら第2撤退ポイントで集合。味方にはもう連絡した。
Support unit. Without wasting a breath, Alba gives a slight nod and swiftly adjusts her comms to standard encrypted mode. She then shoulders the capsule containing the critical cargo and leaps nimbly into a gap amidst the dense architecture of El Libib's green zone. Her figure melds into the neon-lit steely jungle, vanishing into the night in an instant. Voimastina remains where she is, deliberately exposing her movements to every surveillance system. She is the decoy, the core executor of the diversion. The night in the satellite cities around Lviv should be lively and bustling. Colorful neon lights illuminate the commercial streets lined with buildings that blend Eastern European tradition with modern design. This place should be packed with nightlife seekers and tourists, mocking those who struggle desperately just to survive. Yet now the streets are completely deserted, as if the entire city has been evacuated by some invisible force. Voimastina looks up directly at the armed helicopter flying toward her. The searchlight of the light tactical chopper illuminates her figure in stark clarity. On this empty battlefield, she stands like an unshakable mountain, awaiting the coming storm. The helicopter's side gunner excitedly confirms the hit. The launcher, still smoking in his hands, gives proof to his precise strike. The thick smoke and dust from the missile explosion blanket the entire area. Combined with turbulent heat currents among buildings, infrared imaging is nearly useless. Just as the helicopter descends to deploy the confirmation team... Uh-oh. Dude, if Springfield can do it, Alba can do it, she can also do it. Why do they have the black faces? Ship's hot though. A violent, unnatural gale erupts from the center of the smoke. A dark shadow rockets upward, breaking free of gravity's pull. The figure is still wreathed in lingering smoke, like a Valkyrie from myth taking flight. A hand seemingly clad in steel clamps firmly onto the landing skid. The immense force tilts the entire helicopter to one side, its frame emitting a dangerous metallic screech. Voy Mastina hauls herself into the cabin and immediately delivers a precise, crushing punch that sends the nearest armed operative flying out of the open hatch. The fully equipped tactical soldier is hurled hundreds of meters away, vanishing into the night like a feather. She did not even hesitate. The helicopter crew consists of 13 tactical elites, all specially trained to counter high-performance tactical dolls, veterans of two-person coordination and squad combat. In addition, 4 biomimetric droids are deployed inside the cabin. Mechanized combat tools more efficient than humans, executing orders with absolute merciless precision. Their weapons all lock onto Voy Mastina before the humans can react. However, faced with a true difference in power, even the finest training, the most flawless coordination, and the most advanced equipment are nothing more than meaningless numbers. Blades slice through arteries and cables. At extreme proximity and speed, weapons clatter to the floor before a single shot can be fired, along with bodies that have grown limp. Big boy. When the pilot turns at the sound behind him, his eyes fall on the bodies strewn across the cabin and a tactical doll standing at the entrance, making a silencing gesture. Voy Mastina gives the pilot one last look. When she is certain he won't attempt anything dangerous, she leaps from the helicopter as it continues circling at low altitude. She lands solidly on the rooftop of a mid-rise building. The impact fractures the concrete, yet she merely bends her knees slightly to absorb the force before straightening once more. She has deliberately spared the pilot to prevent the helicopter from crashing out of control and causing unnecessary civilian casualties. Even though this exposes her position, Defh has its own principles. Besides, her current mission is to draw attention, to create space for Alba and the extraction team. Drones airdrop combat droids near Voy Mastina, but both the enemy and she herself blah 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 blah. And so, the battle begins. Well, Voy Mastina is not in the game yet, so keep using the same thing. Alright, Jiangyu, time for you to punch enemies. Thank you, asswipe. Give us the movement. Thank you. Your turn, Springfield. You can't do an AoE. Or, you just do this. You want? Just stand here. You're gonna be fine. You don't need a brumal barrier. Oh! Damn, she looks elegant. Damn! She bows too. Damn. Voy Mastina, dude! Look! Sneak peek! Or even Alba is also there. Look at her. She's just standing there, menacingly. Standing here, I realize. At last we meet AK-15. What do you mean AK-15? Your reputation precedes you. It is truly an honor. I hope you like this welcome gift. Please tell me she's gonna be a playable character. She looks like a playable character. Also, she has the bakery. God damn. Please, grace me with a demonstration. Show me the power of the strongest from the previous generation. Oh. Come. Damn. Damn. dude! She uses a pistol! Wow!
クラッシャーいけんなびすぎた。
What the hell is that? Okay. Dude! Oh, she's a bazooka. Dude! She's got the gear arm from Nero from Devil May Cry 5. Alright, Boy Mastina. Amidst the wreckage, Igla surveys the site of devastation, lifting a hand to her head and rolling her neck. Please tell me that is not the last CG that we're gonna see. We need more.
あの AK-15 とこうして出会えたのは得難い経験と認めざるを得ません。残念な結果に終わってしまいましたが。
Squad after squad of Girard's armed security forces rapidly encircle the area, professionally raising their weapons and establishing a perimeter. In fact, these units have been observing the entire battle from a safe distance, but after witnessing a confrontation that defies comprehension, not a single person dares to intervene. If this were an ordinary firefight, some brave soldiers might have approached the battlefield. But the clash between Igla and Voimastina has already exceeded the boundaries of conventional combat power. The suffocating exchange of force compels every combatant present to wisely choose observation over interference.
新しい服を用意してください。今と同じもので。それから今回の戦闘データをすべて記録し、2時間以内に報告書にまとめて私のデスクに置いてください。
Igla's voice is smooth and velvety, her praising polite and refined, yet carrying an elegance and authority that brooks no refusal. She inclines her head slightly and offers her subordinates a proper smile, as though they are merely attendants at a salon. Perhaps it's because she fully understands the nature of her own power that she does not reprimand those who fail to provide support. Instead, she shows a hint of approval for their wise decision to keep their distance. Igla pinches the slightly damaged cuff off her sleeve, her movements focused and graceful. She extracts a pristine white handkerchief from her breast pocket, and gently wipes the remaining blood from her cheek. Her gaze drips to the steel spike on the ground, stained with her own blood, while the flawless smile on her lips never falters. Dude, she has a trace of the Paradeus technology, because she has blood though. So she is half doll and then half human.
それであの二人はどこに？
はっ、依然逃走中で地下施設に侵入した模様。位置はロストしました。
なるほど。
Igla narrows her eyes.
逃げるのが目的ではないようですね。
Although she admits the encounter has been an enjoyable diversion, she must also concede that she has no time to continue playing games with the two from Defh.
では帰りましょう。
え？
警備隊は総員。私と本部に帰還せよと言ったのです。
はっ！
My bad.
警備隊は総員。私と本部に帰還せよと言ったのです。理解できませんでしたか？
どんちゃん騒ぎを起こして収穫はゼロ？
Oh god. Just as Igla is about to issue orders to pursue, a female voice tinged with unmistakable mockery suddenly comes from nearby. Is the ultimate rage baiter is here. A small figure steps slowly out of the shadows, entering the glow of the streetlights. Igla looks slightly surprised. She hadn't sensed the approach of this doll at all.
リバさん、驚きました。てっきりカリーナさんのそばから離れないものなのかと。サンジの身の安全は重要事項でしょうに。
医療用人形でもない私が付きっきりでいたところで無駄よ。大事な事案の解決に取り掛かった方がよっぽど有意義。
大事な事案ですか。
Igla tilts her head slightly.
はて、何のことでしょう。
例えばロレン政府機関の任務を妨害し管理局の高官に傷を負わせたある人形を捕まえることとか。
それはこれほど重大な犯罪を犯した人形がいるならジラードグループとしても看過できません。可能な限り協力いたしましょう。ぜひ十分な証拠をお渡しいただければと。
ええ、そのうち揃えておくわ。というわけでこれは非軍事勢力管理局の正式な捜査。邪魔したりしないわよね。
ええ。
Igla makes a polite gesture, clearly uninterested in further entanglement with Leba.
逃走した危険分子を追わねばならないので、他にご用件がなければここで失礼させていただきます。
忘れるとこだった。
Just as Igla turns to leave, Leba speaks up again, her mocking tone now carrying a hint of threat.
最初に私たちを襲った連中、彼らはあの二人の危険分子の仲間じゃないみたい。どこの誰か心当たりはない？イグラさん。
情報のご提供感謝いたします。犯罪者は誰一人とて逃がしません。
Igla gives Leba one last look, then bows to excuse herself before turning away. Her silhouette, elegant as ever, quickly melts into Libib's nightscape.
やっぱりね。
Bastard. After confirming that Igla and her forces have withdrawn, Leba swiftly drops the mocking expression from her face. She then looks toward the direction where Boy Mastina and Alba have disappeared.
本当に彼女たちだったなんて。反逆正体、何をするつもりかしら。